For years, Ukrainian families have come to Northeast Florida seeking safety from a war that continues to rage back home. Many have been able to remain in the U.S. under temporary protected status, or TPS, which allows eligible Ukrainians to live and work here temporarily. But now with that protection set to end, some families say they're facing a new kind of uncertainty, including fears of detention, deportation, and losing their ability to work. Our Christina Burgess spoke with a local Ukrainian advocate who says the people she helped bring here legally now feel like their futures are hanging in the balance. Christina.
Yeah, Anthony, we first spoke with Natalia Plyam back in 2022 when she helped Ukrainian families seeking refuge right here in Jacksonville. Those same families are now reaching out to her for help. She says delays in immigration paperwork are leaving families in limbo, with some worried about whether they'll be able to stay, work, and continue building their lives here.
They're just normal, regular people that you wouldn't know who they are if you saw them on the street, but yet they feel like they have a bullseye on their back.
For Natalia Plyam, the fear is personal. In 2022, her nonprofit Helping Ukraine helped Ukrainian families who fled the war and arrived in Northeast Florida looking for safety. But now she says some of the same people she helped sponsor are facing uncertainty over their immigration status.
I mean, basically they escape one hell only to be faced with another.
Plyam says this week, 2 men who she's helped were stopped by ICE agents. Both men came to the U.S. legally through the Uniting for Ukraine program and were granted temporary protected status. Plyam says they applied to extend that status but are still waiting for a decision. Plyam says after being stopped, the men were released in order to report to ICE the next morning. She says they were then taken into custody, leaving their family waiting for hours without knowing what would happen.
They're, going to work in the morning, and an unmarked car pulls behind them and they don't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden their life changes within 30 seconds.
Both men were eventually released in order to appear in immigration court at a later date. But Plyam says their experience is part of a growing pattern.
I get 3-4 calls a week saying, hey, I lost my job permit. I can't work. I have children to feed. So what do I do?
Plyam says long delays in processing paperwork are leaving families in limbo.
Now, instead of taking 2 months, sometimes it takes 8 months. So that lag between application process and when they, if and when they receive permit to, continue, it's a very murky area.
She is now calling on lawmakers to take action and provide additional protection for Ukrainians who cannot safely return home.
The war is still going on. Where are they supposed to go?
And according to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, Ukraine's current TPS designation and related benefits are set to end October 19th.